can't pretend to be what you're not, because that's just going to get you into trouble. Hey, I'm Nella Tas. Welcome to my channel. If you are into building your personal brand and growing your online presence, then hit that subscribe button. Before I explain to you what personal branding is, let's have a look on what is a personal brand. A personal brand is people's perception towards a person. So when you talk about perception, it's about what people understand and believe that person is. Naturally, people would have a certain impression about you, right? Maybe they'd see you as a hardworking entrepreneur, a strict parent, or they find you as an influencer who's passionate about the environment, right? These descriptions that they have about you is based upon two things. First, it's based on the information that they have about you, and secondly, it's based on their experience with you. So how do people process all this information about you? Okay, so based on 5 components that makes up your personal brand. Okay, I'm gonna go through briefly. All right. The first one is about who you are. This one involves your values, your experiences, your skills, and your knowledge, right? And then the second one is based on what you do. It's about your job or your business activities, right? How do you solve your clients' problems? What services do you offer? How do you build your network with your clients and audience? The third one is how do you make people feel, right? How do you engage with them, right? What sort of vibe are you giving when you are with them? How do you build relationships with your, say, your clients, your prospects, or your audience, right? Oprah says that people may forget what you do, but they will never forget how do you make them feel. The fourth one is your image, right? This is the most common notion about personal branding that we see out there. Okay, this one involves your appearance, your style, and your personality. Number 5, your brand outputs. Now, what are your brand visuals? Like your brand color, your logo, your brand story, your brand messages, right? It is wherever and whatever your brand communicates to build that connection with your audience. So based on all of these components, people come up with certain perception about you. So sometimes they are true and sometimes they are not. Now, this is where personal branding comes in. Personal branding is a process of shaping and amplifying certain information about you. And in this process, you get to decide what is it exactly that you want to be known for. Personal branding is actually a strategy to influence people's perception and action towards you. And it is a way to build your reputation in your field. For example, if you are an entrepreneur, a coach, or an expert, right? You would want to portray yourself in a way that people would choose to buy from, to hire, or collaborate with. Jeff Bezos, who is the founder of Amazon, right? He says that a personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So if you want to influence, right, you want to take control of how people see you, right? You need to start to show up, connect, and build your personal brand. But when I say influence and control here, it doesn't mean that you can simply be whatever that you are not, right? You can't pretend to be what you are not, because that's just going to get you into trouble. Instead, with the right personal branding strategy, you're going to be able to bring out your best self, right? That would benefit others. So whatever business that you're in or whatever job that you're doing, everybody may be doing the same thing, but nobody does it the same way as you do, because you're going to have your own strengths, your own attractiveness, your own uniqueness. And the good news, nobody is going to be able to copy you. By having a unique personal brand, you are not going to be just another entrepreneur, coach, doctor or lawyer or real estate agent in the market, but you are going to be the person that your prospects would love to hire, and you're going to stand out in your own way. There are many ways to brand yourself, and I've categorized them into two approaches. It's online and offline. Now, there are three keys to building a strong personal brand. First one is consistency. You need to consistently build your personal brand. It's not a one-off affair. It takes time. So you need to consistently build your personal brand. And you also have to be consistent in if say not all, some of the elements that makes up your personal brand. The second one is connectivity. Build a personal brand that where you build relationships and you have connection with people, because when you have connection, people will remember you much better. The third one is authenticity, where you build your personal brand that aligns with your real self. Don't be someone you are not, because when people find out you're not being honest, you're not being sincere, it's not going to look good in the end of the day. Afraid of being real, you say? Well, that's why there's always a way of designing a personal brand that works best for you and your audience. When you show your capabilities, who you are, what you stand for, this is going to hook you up with your true customers. Okay, business is business, but in the end of the day, people love brands that connect and care. Building a personal brand that stands out and connects is going to save you the hassle from chasing people to make your sales, because you get to nurture people, you get to build that trust where people would want to buy from you in the end of the day. So that's why it's really important to have a clear-cut identity, messages and presence, be it online or offline, whichever that suits you. I hope you now have a clear picture on what personal branding is. So what do you think of personal branding? Is it a strategy that you would want to adopt to build your career or grow your business? Let me know in the comments. Till then, I'll see you in the next video.